I'm a fourth year mechanical engineering student, originally from India, but I was born and raised in the city of Riyadh. Apart from engineering, I'm also a freelance photographer specializing in automotive and motorsports photography. The love for motorsports is what helped me understand the concept of speed, hence allowing me to capture the perfect moment. My name is Rashid Shahid, and I'm under the spotlight.
Welcome to the new episode of Spotlight with today's guest, Rashid Shahid. So, how are you doing today, Rashid?
I'm very good, alhamdulillah. What about you guys?
Oh, we're doing good. Um, Rashid, you're known as a photographer. So, let's start our questions with about your first camera. Like, could you talk about your first camera?
Well, my first camera is in front of me. It was a Canon 70, and I did not purchase it with any of my earnings. It was a gift from my father.
Oh.
And yeah, it was more like a graduation gift from high school. I know.
And like, were you ready to become a photographer? Like, were you waiting for that camera? Or like,
well, yeah, before I bought it, I read about it, and I wanted this one. So,
So speaking of reading about it, how did you learn photography?
um, mostly from the internet. Like these days, everything is available online. You can just search anything you want, and you'll have it. So it was mostly YouTube videos and internet blogs, and famous photographers who share their experiences.
And when you started thinking about photography, who were the first people who supported you?
Well, firstly, my parents, because they bought me the camera. Secondly, in college, my colleague and very close friend, actually partner in photography as well, Abdul Mahsen Al Babtain, and he was there from the beginning until now.
A duo of photography. Nice. And did you have any setbacks while going into photography?
Well, yeah, there were many restrictions because, like, cultural problems, like, you can't just go anywhere and remove your camera and start taking pictures because when someone sees a camera like this, they freak out and, they're like, oh my god, what is this? And, what are you taking pictures for? Yeah, like, if you take a picture with the phone, it's fine for them, but if there's a camera, it's not. So, there are, like, some flaws in the system.
Doesn't make sense.
Yeah, so speaking of this, so have you ever faced any restrictions while taking photos? For example, if you were in a public place and you wanted to take a picture, then someone said you're not allowed to take any pictures here.
Yes, that happens a lot of times. Like, you're taking pictures, let's say on the street, and someone comes like, hey, what are you taking a picture of? Or in the mall or in public places where you have women, especially. Yes, sorry.
Could you tell us a story?
Well, I got in trouble once. I got arrested taking pictures on the street. And it doesn't make sense, but yeah, I got arrested once. For taking pictures. It wasn't long. I got bailed out. I had to make a few phone calls, call my father here and there, and then.
Thank God.
But yeah, it was a story.
What were you taking a picture of?
It was actually a Saudi National Day celebration, and I was on the street, Tahliya Street, where everyone. So I was like, let me just take pictures.
Everyone's taking pictures.
Yeah, and then they just feel like picking on someone.
And it was you.
Unluckily.
Unluckily. Did you ever take a good picture, and then someone stole it and credited himself?
Yes, a couple of times. Actually, a lot of times. Well, I see my pictures being shared, and I feel happy. Like people like it, and then I also see people crop my watermark out. It's fine, but then at one point, like I saw this picture on the internet, and a friend of mine tagged me on it. It was my picture, and he took his time to clone my watermark out and put his own watermark on it. That is his picture.
In a contest, also?
No, it was like a regular picture. He's posting it to his friends. Like he took
like a regular guy just showing pictures.
Okay, well, that's illegal. Have a few pictures been used legally?
Like in magazines?
Legally, yes. My picture was published in the official Mercedes-Benz calendar, which was 2014 last year. Then also shared in many magazines, like locally here in Destination Riyadh, if you've heard of it. Then there are magazines and publications like DuPont Registry. Then there's ADV1 Wheels. Then you have many other car blogs, Superior Automotive, under official photographer. So they keep posting my...
So I guess you're more of a car person.
Well, yeah, like out of all genres, motorsports and automotive photography is my favorite. Because, like, I have a passion for motorsports, but you know, motorsport is a very difficult area to get in. You know, you need to be like really skilled driver. So I think this is the closest I can get to it and feel excitement and passion. Like you know.
Well, speaking about these like cars and stuff, what about you? We heard about your project with Mercedes and the calendar you just.
Yeah.
Could you tell us more about that project?
So they had this project called the Shooting Star project. It was a contest by Mercedes Benz. Okay.
Mhm.
Now basically anyone could upload a picture, and one of my friends from university, you know, he showed me, hey, like check it out, you know. So and a couple of days ago, I was you know with my friends. I shot a Mercedes Benz, a really old one, a 500 SL if I'm not mistaken.
And they're all fancy.
Yeah, it was a 1986, a red one, and we shot it in Amarillo. And now, so I was like, I already have the picture. Might as well just upload it. And you know, like, and then a couple of weeks later, I get an email. Congratulations, you're one of the 12 people who've been selected for the calendar. And yeah, the contest, like, they gave me prize money of I think €1,000, and my picture was published in the calendar with my name and location.
A worldwide contest.
Yeah, and you can purchase the calendar. I actually wanted to purchase more for my friends, but it sold out unfortunately. But I got one copy for myself,
Okay.
a complimentary copy.
So where do you see your photography in the future, maybe 10 years from now?
Well, like now it's still a hobby, you know, but I do get some revenue out of it. But at the end, it's still a hobby, you know. So maybe 10 years from now, it will still be a hobby. And I hope to increase because what they say is like your best picture is the one you're gonna take next, you know.
Nice
So,
quote.
so 10 years from now, I think it will be much better.
Yeah, hopefully.
Well, as you take more pictures, you get better. And now we heard you have a studio.
Well, yeah, like me and two of my friends, we partnered up and we rented this studio space where mostly we do like product photography and portraits and any kind of like, so it's our own office slash studio, you know.
You work there, you take
Yeah.
projects.
So yeah, let's say portraits and stuff like now we have our own backdrop and you know light setup and everything over there.
So it's a full studio.
Yeah, but not for cars. It's for you know portraits and stuff.
Yeah. I remember also last year there was a match between Saudi Arabia and Argentina in Grand Stadium.
Yeah.
And you were one of the photographers.
Yeah.
Do you have any picture of Messi or any other?
Well, yeah, I do have a good picture of Messi, and
So you were in the same room as Messi.
no, okay. So the story was we went to receive Messi at the airport. Okay,
You were with
because I was shooting for this YouTube channel called for Ask Nawaf. Okay.
Oh yeah.
All right. So they were documenting everything from behind the scenes to the match. So I was with them at the airport. I was with them, but as you guys might have heard about what happened at the airport, it was like a mess and security, and so yeah, we had to leave. At the day of the match, I got some good pictures of him playing, and
Unfortunately, he didn't score. So
yeah, unfortunately.
What about like worldwide? Like, there's landmarks. Like any scenery you'd like to take a picture of in the future?
So interesting question. So apart from automotive or motorsports photography, I really like exploring abandoned places.
That's
because when you go to these places and you look at, like, let's say an abandoned residential building, what you see is like what used to be a home, what used to have life, and now it's just dead. And when you look at things, you find objects that like really move you. So I've been following abandoned places and a lot, and then I found out about this island called Hashima Islands in Japan. They call it the Battleship Island because it's in the shape of a battleship, and it was the most densely populated island, and there are some tour companies that actually let you
go and sightsee and take pictures.
So hopefully one day I can actually go there.
Share it with us, please.
On your Facebook page.
Yeah.
So when I ask you the question, if you choose between engineering and photography, of course your choice would be
engineering, because photography is fun and everything is nice, but as a hobby, and when you start doing it for work, if you're not getting the right projects and the right things, it's not fun anymore, because this is a very common problem in the creative industry. Because at the end you have to pay bills and you have to take care of
course.
yourself
family,
and in the future family.
Okay, now let's get back a little bit to photography.
All right.
Can you show us an old picture of yours and let's compare it to a new picture?
I actually have it here in the iPad, a couple of pictures.
Let's start off with the first, one of your beginning pictures.
Well, this picture, okay, it's of a drift event, long back, taken in probably 2010 or 11. I'm not even sure. So this is before I even had my camera, okay, and I'm still proud of this picture. Even though this is really old, because even though I didn't have the fancy equipment and the technical stuff, I actually managed to get something decent.
So what about your
the newest picture?
new quality
Well,
pictures?
new pictures as well. If you scroll, this one. This is one of my latest pictures of
Okay, I can see a big difference.
Viper.
Now I understand why you called that one decent. No,
So I'm really I'm really proud of this one as well, as a new picture. But I'm hoping that I'm gonna improve much more in the future. But when we look back at that time and the equipment I have now and then, and the things I could do then with that was limited. But the equipment now, the possibilities are endless. So that's why I'm still proud of that old picture.
What about your favorite picture?
My favorite picture is of a Jeep Wrangler. We had a trip to Hail City with friends of ours from Gear Up, okay, and we went rock crawling at night. So yeah, this is the picture of it taken in zero light. Okay, there was just light from the moon and stars, and what do you call, the Jeep was parked there, and then it was a very simple setup.
Lastly, now we want to know what are your biggest goals and what have you achieved so far from your goals.
So photography wise, I have a passion for cars, and one of my dreams was shooting a Bugatti Veyron, which is one of the craziest cars.
Yeah.
And I actually had the chance last year to shoot one, do a detailed photo shoot with it. And my next the next car I would like to shoot is the LaFerrari, which is a very nice car. And I would also love to shoot maybe a Pagani Huayra. But LaFerrari is one of my favorite cars for now.
So actually, what I understood from the whole interview that you love cars before everything else, because in your field in engineering, you're a mechanical engineer, and you like to take pictures of cars. So
well, yeah, I have a deep attachment with cars.
Yeah.
Okay, Rasid. Cars, engineering.
He's a mechanical engineer, so
well, I think I'd take cars, but let's say you want the fancy cars, you need the money for it. You can't just buy a Ferrari.
We need to be engineers first.
No, you need to sort your thing together. And
yeah, I like your philosophy. Your philosophy of taking pictures are, I want a story behind the picture, not just a good picture. And your philosophy about how you want to organize yourself and your life, prioritize engineering, and as a hobby, you have photography. And well, I think today's interview went really well.
Thank you very much.
Well, do you have anything else to add?
we would only like to thank you for coming today.
Thank you, and the pleasure was all mine. Thank you for having me here.
Yeah.
It's our honor.
Yeah. You were under the spotlight.
A famous photographer was once asked, "Which of your photographs is your favorite?" And he casually replied, "The one I'm going to take tomorrow." Never stop taking pictures. Your best photograph has not been photographed yet. And I'm not under the spotlight anymore.